Morning coffee talk. I haven't done one of these videos in a long time. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm going through a pretty difficult situation. I have been for a couple of months now, and it's hard to know what to say to people when you are going through something that's really hard. I guess maybe what I want to say is when you're struggling with something, it is really, really hard to see how you're going to come out on the other side. It's really, really difficult to get through it. Yeah, it's very hard. You're kind of stuck in this situation where emotions are running high, and if your feelings are hurt, sometimes it can feel like the end of the world, and you wonder, how the hell am I going to get through this? I don't know. It's awful. But I just wanted to say that this time around I'm handling things differently than I have in the past when I've been going through something hard. So what I'm trying to do this time around is, because my inclination is to isolate, and sometimes I just want to sit home and cry and just wallow in the sadness of it all. But this time around, if I start to cry and I'm at home, I'll stop myself and I'll say, look, you can either sit here and cry at home, or you can throw on some makeup or throw on a dress and go outside and get busy living your life. So I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to take that approach to not sit at home and really force myself to just get out of the house. And I've been going for a lot of walks. The other day I went for a really long walk, and it was at nighttime, and I stopped at a field and I just laid down and I just looked at the stars. And it was nice to just pause for a moment. The other thing I'm doing is I'm really reaching out to every available source, all of my friends who know what's going on, and I'm constantly calling them. At the time you might feel like you're a major burden, but if you think about it, wouldn't you want to be there for your friend? And sometimes you just have to realize, like, hey, I'm worth somebody else's time, and as much as you think you might be a burden, friends want to help friends, so it's okay to sometimes be relying heavily on them to kind of help you navigate troubled waters of life. So I'm doing that. I'm fighting my tendency to isolate. I'm also calling my therapist when things become very overwhelming for me and setting up extra appointments. I've been lucky enough to be able to do that sometimes. And just get in there, talk to her, and say, like, these are the things that are overwhelming me. Sometimes it just helps just to talk. And I'm also having a lot of conversations with God. Not just praying for what I want, but just voicing, what I'm struggling with. And I pick a day during the day when it's quiet, and I just have a conversation. And when I say God, like, my God is a higher power that's greater than myself. I don't have a face or a name for that, but so I've been doing a lot of that, just having these conversations. And the last thing that I'm doing is I keep telling myself over and over and over, it is what it is. It is what it is. I have no control over the situation. I have no control over anybody but myself. All I can do is make my own choices and contemplate my reactions before they happen and be very thoughtful about my reactions and things that I want to say and things that I do and everything else. So, like, all of this is so far beyond me that all I can do is really just focus on myself and keep going and try to be positive. And I think to myself, because we all take what we have for granted. I mean, we just do. We get busy with the everyday life things, and I try to look at what I have right now in this moment and be thankful. And I remind myself that if at some point, I don't have any of the things that I have now, at least I got to experience them now. And so I try to be really, really thankful for what I have in this moment. Just because we never know. We never know when all of this can be taken away. I mean, I'm healthy. I could find out tomorrow that, I have stage 4 cancer. My children are healthy. I don't know that something bad's not going to happen to one of them and one of them will be taken away from me. I have an awesome house. Like, a fire can happen and everything that I've worked so hard for in my home could be taken away. So I am trying to be just very, very thankful and appreciative of what I have right now in this moment. Because I don't know what's going to happen. And the other thing is too, I'm trying to remind myself that my life and my world does not revolve around myself. I have a friend who just had a new baby and she just got a house, and those are things to really celebrate. It's very exciting. It's this whole new chapter of her life. And I want to be able to be present and celebrate that with her because that's very exciting. That's awesome. So I'm really happy for her. And then I have another friend who their cat just died, and it was a big part of her life, and she's experiencing a lot of sadness from that. So I think it's important too that even if your whole world feels like it's falling apart, life is gonna keep going on all around you. It's constantly moving and flowing like water. And it's very easy to get wrapped up in our own little worlds. It really is. But there's other worlds outside of ourselves that we can be celebrating, or we can be commiserating with somebody else. And so I'm trying to focus on all of those things, and I keep praying and I keep saying to myself, this is all happening for a reason. It doesn't feel like it right now. It's really hard. I'm sad, but I just have to trust that something better is coming along. And that's what I keep telling myself. It hurts now, it's hard now, it's horrible now, but eventually I will be on the other side and something better will be waiting for me. So, to anyone that's struggling right now, that's the best I can say. Thanks for watching.